Cheevo, guys!
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another achievement guide. Today, we're going to be focusing on CLEA. This video is going to be a full walkthrough for the game, and you're going to experience all three endings. There's a good/complete ending, a regular good ending, and then a bad ending, which is the suicide ending. We have to get all three to get the full completion. You're going to find that this video walkthrough is about 55 minutes long, so at minimum, it's going to take about 1 hour to complete the game. But realistically, I'd say that most players will take anywhere from 1.5 hours to 2 hours, just because you're going to, die sometimes. You're going to encounter the Chaos Servant, and in this video, I edited out all of my deaths to make the video, more quick and to the point. Besides that, after completing it, even with all three endings, there are 4 miscellaneous achievements. One for completing the first level on arcade mode, one for completing the first level on chaos difficulty, and one for getting all 3 medals, the bronze, silver, and gold in the first level. And the only way to do that is arcade mode. You cannot get any of those miscellaneous achievements until you've completed the game at least once, because that is when you unlock arcade mode and chaos difficulty. Now, besides those 3 achievements, the 4th miscellaneous achievement is actually obtainable at the beginning of the game. It's for speedrunning the first level in under 3 minutes. So let's go ahead and get started. First and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out to the publisher/developer InvertMouse. I've been DMing them on Twitter for the last 2 weeks, trying to figure out how to make this full walkthrough for you guys. But yeah, so 55 minutes should get you guys through the full game. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is go through the door all the way on the right. You want to grab the toothless key. What we need to do in chapter 1 is find the 2 teeth to the key. After that, we'll be able to combine all of the key parts and get out of here. Now, you're going to find these candles. There's one located in the first room. What they do is they repel the enemy. The enemy is referred to as the Chaos Servant. You can pick up the potion. I'll tell you guys more about that later. You want to make sure that you walk into the third door. It's a restroom. You're going to find the first parts of the key all the way on the left-hand side. Now, real quick, I wanted to talk about those potions. So if you pick up a potion, it heals the scars on your face. You're going to have scars after a while. And basically, the only disadvantage to having these scars is you're going to experience hallucinations throughout the game that kind of take over the screen. Now, if you run around, you're going to gain the attention of the Chaos Servant. And typically, they will run into the room that you're located in. So try not to run around unless you're trying to run away from the enemy. You can also hide in the closet. If you hide in the closet, the Chaos Servant won't be able to find you or attack you, and eventually they'll leave the room. So as you can see, the Chaos Servant came back in because I ran a little bit, and I went ahead and hid back into the closet. Now, the biggest tip that I have for you guys is turn your TV up. The gameplay is definitely focused on the in-game audio. You want to pay attention to the footsteps because you can hear when he's in the room that you are located in, and you can hear when he's located or walking in the next room. Also, you can sneak and you can peek under doors by pressing or holding B. I typically hold B to check under each of the doors before I walk into one to make sure that the Chaos Servant isn't located on the other side. Once you get down to the second floor, you want to walk into the first door. You're going to find the second piece of the key here. While you're in the restroom, we can go ahead and press select to pull up our inventory, and then we're going to combine all of the key parts to make the key. Once the key is complete, you can exit the door and run all the way to the left. Make sure to pick up that blue metallic piece. I'd accidentally missed it right there, and I ended up having to go back. So make sure that you pick up that blue metallic piece. After that, you can walk through the door all the way on the left, and if you did it under 3 minutes, you're going to unlock the Run CLEA achievement worth 50 gamer score for completing Chapter 1 in under 3 minutes. So that takes care of Chapter 1. If you're wondering how long the game is, we are going to have 6 chapters in total. Now, when you start this level, you want to go all the way to the left. You're going to go through the door that has the checkered pattern. Then we're going to run all the way to the left. You're going to pass the door with the leaf on it. You're going to continue to run. Eventually, we need to get that key up there. You're going to pass the double doors. That is pretty much the end of the game right there. We're going to have to come back there at the end of the game. We're going to go to the door with the broom on it, and we're going to head over to the right. Now, you should have an arcane candle If you don't, no big deal. Again, that just helps you repel the enemies. Now, real quick, I'm going to rewind a bit. When you first start off the level, you see all of these symbols. We need to find these symbols and press them in order. So this is the first symbol that we're looking for. It kind of looks like a Roman numeral number 2. You're actually going to find this symbol if you walk all the way down to the right. And it's right here, the Roman numeral number 2. So you just want to interact with that. And that is going to be the first one that we press. And then next, we need to find this symbol. To find this one, we need to go to this door right here. It's a restroom. It has the male and female symbol on it. And you want to walk over to the right, and you're going to find a blue toothless key. After that, you want to exit the room. But real quick, I had the Chaos Servant walk in, so I'm going to hide into the closet until he leaves. This is another part of the game that can really extend the experience. I know the video is only 55 minutes long, but I did edit out, or at least minimize, the times that I was spending in these closets in this video, an effort, for you guys just not to watch me sitting in a closet forever. So anyway, you want to leave the closet and then go to the first floor, and then you want to walk over to the left, because we went up there to go get that blue toothless key. And I'm just gonna hide in a closet real quick because I heard the Chaos Servant coming. Going to peek over to the left using LB. Now these birthday cakes, I haven't pointed it out yet, but this is how you save the game. It doesn't have any type of auto save. You're going to have to save your game at the birthday cake. We're going to be taking advantage of the save system later in the game to make sure we experience all 3 endings, but I'll talk about that more later. So we're going to go all the way to the door to the left. It's going to take you to this hallway, and you want to walk all the way to the right, and you're going to walk past this restroom, and you're going to walk into the door that has the Roman numeral number 3. Once you're on the 3rd floor, we're going to continue to run left, and here is the second symbol right here. So you want to make sure that you interact with that. Just keep in mind that when you interact with one of these pictures or symbols, that it makes a noise, and the Chaos Servant is going to notice it, and more than likely the Chaos Servant / the enemy is going to come after you. But luckily there are closets located all over the place, and you can easily hide in a closet. Even if they see you walk into the closet, they still won't go into the closet and attack you. So you can pretty much walk into a closet right in front of the enemy's face. Now, once you're sure that the room or hallway is clear, we are going to walk into the door all the way to the right. It takes you to the 4th floor. And then we're going to peek over to the left, just making sure that the Chaos Servant isn't going to be right in front of us. And what you want to do is pass this restroom, past the closet, and you're going to see a couple more symbols hanging up on the wall. Our 3rd symbol isn't in this room, unfortunately. We have to go all the way to the left and go into the next door, which is going to be to the 3rd floor. And let's see here, we're going to peek over to the right, make sure that the Chaos Servant is ahead of us. You want to practice this. You're going to notice that I do this a lot in the game. As you can see, he's walking towards us, so I went ahead and walked through the door, and I'm running away. He's going to follow us just because we're running, and he did see us walk through the door, so he will chase you if he sees you walk through a door. However, he does not follow you into a closet. So for some reason, he doesn't care if he sees you go into a closet, but he does care if he sees you go into the door. He will follow you through that door. So I went ahead and ran all the way over here, so he was following the noise, went all the way to the right side of the room. Once he passed the closet, I was able to exit the closet and advance to the left-hand side. The 3rd symbol that we're looking for kind of looks like a lowercase n. Now that we've gotten rid of the Chaos Servant, I can go back to the 3rd floor. And the lowercase n looking symbol is going to be the 2nd symbol here in this hallway. It's right here. You want to make sure that you interact with that. And that is the 3rd symbol. After you've activated all 3 of these symbols in a row, you want to make sure to save your game. There's a cake right after you activate the 3rd symbol. After you save your game, we are going to proceed over to the right-hand side of this hallway. You're going to go to the door all the way on the right. It's going to take you to the 2nd floor. Once you get to the 2nd floor, you're going to continue to the left-hand side. going to pass the restroom, past the closet. You can go ahead and run right here. You just always, take a little risk when you're running, as mentioned before. But personally, I found that while I was playing the game, I was a little more risky in terms of running after I saved my game, just because I knew that I had a recent save. So after you go through the broom door, you're going to find that this key has been lowered down to the floor. This is the garden key. Once you pick up the garden key, you can proceed to the right hand side. So we're going to go ahead and walk through the door, and we're going to end up outside in the garden. Once you're in the garden, you want to proceed to the right, and we're going to find the second tooth to the key. Now we have all three parts to the blue key, so what we need to do is assemble them. We found that tooth. The first tooth was located at the end of the first level. I had mentioned that I had missed it and I had to go back. So if you're looking for that second piece or that second tooth, it's at the end of chapter 1. So we're going to go ahead and combine them to complete our blue key. And once the blue key is completed, we're going to head over to the right hand side. You're going to go to the door all the way at the end. It is the checkered door. And once you go through here, you're going to continue over to the right. You're going to pass the closet, and we're going to end up at the beginning of chapter 2. You're going to save your game right here, just so we don't lose any progress. These were the symbols that we pressed in order. Now, the only reason I walked in here is because I wanted to make a save just real quick before we proceeded to the next part. And that's simply because we just completed the blue key, and we don't want to, lose any progress on that or have to rebuild our blue key again. So you could actually end the level right now. However, there are 4 optional areas or secret areas in the game, and you need to experience all 4 secret areas to be able to get the complete good ending. So in this video walkthrough, I'm going to be showing you guys all 4 secret areas, and right now I'm going to be showing you guys the first secret area. So this is required to get one of the 3 endings. The first secret area is Florina's room, and to get access to her room, we need to be able to lower that flower key right there. So what we're going to do is press 3 symbols in a row. I'm going to be showing you guys which ones you need to press. So what we're going to do is go through that door, and in the first hallway, there are no symbols that we need to press, at least not yet, because again, we're going to need to press the next 3 symbols in order. The first one looks like it says MP. So what we're going to do is go through this door all the way on the right. It takes us to the first floor. And from here, we're going to head over to the left. And I believe that this symbol is on this floor. We're just going to need to proceed over to the left in this hallway, while of course dodging the Chaos Servant. And right here is the symbol. Real quick, I'm going to save it. As always, I recommend saving anytime you encounter a cake. So you want to interact with that symbol right there, the MP. And then we're going to run all the way over to the left. Typically, I'm willing to run and be a little riskier after I've saved my game, just because I know my checkpoint isn't that far behind. Now, the next symbol we're looking for looks kind of like an X. What we want to do is walk all the way to the right and go to the 3rd floor. And then you want to go over to the left. And eventually you're going to see this one right here. It kind of looks like a hybrid X or H. You want to interact with that one and then go back to the 4th floor. Once you're on the 4th floor, you want to head over to the left. I found that the Chaos Servant was located in this hallway, and I need to get past him, so I went to the restroom real quick, flushed the toilet to try to get his attention. And sometimes what they'll do is the Chaos Servant will come in here, and then it'll give you an opportunity to escape. Either that, or he'll walk in, walk out, and then hopefully walk in the opposite direction, so you can, in this instance, head over to the left. That, or you can go old school and just hide into a closet, and hopefully he will walk past you eventually. So I'm going to proceed over to the left. Our 3rd symbol is this one right here. It kind of looks like an Xbox Kinect. After you interact with that 3rd symbol, as long as you did it correctly and did them all 3 in a row, that should lower the flower key that's going to give us access to Florina's room down in the basement floor. I think it's called the basement floor. The floor, where it has all of the doors, like the garden door and the broom door, things like that. I'll show you guys how to get there. So Once you dodge the Chaos Servant, we're going to head over to the left-hand side, to the left of this symbol that we just activated. As I mentioned before, when you interact with these symbols or paintings on the wall, it makes a noise and it's going to attract the enemy, also known as the Chaos Servant. So once we get to the 3rd floor, we're going to proceed over to the right-hand side. Again, you could peek ahead of you. In this instance, I'm peeking over to the right by tapping or holding RB to see if the Chaos Servant is anywhere ahead of me. And I found a cake, so I'm going to save it. Now that I went ahead and pressed all 3 of those symbols in a row, I wouldn't want to have to backtrack at all. And we're going to pass this restroom, and then we're going to enter this room right here, which takes us to the 2nd floor. And we're going to proceed to the left. It's pretty much just a pattern of going all the way to the left, all the way to the right, while of course making sure that you dodge the Chaos Servant. Also, you want to make sure that you don't let those little eyeball spiders kill you. Believe me, they will try to creep up on you. And to avoid that, you just need to just do a little pivot, look backward, and it scares them off. Walk through the broom door, and we're going to end up on the main floor, which I referred to earlier as the basement. It's the hallway with all of the main doors. Again, this is the door where you pretty much end the game at. We'll be going back here towards the end of the game. The game does require you to backtrack through some of the other chapters, especially if you want to access all of the secret areas. So yeah, if you did it right, that flower key will be lower down. You could pick it up, and this will give us access to Florina's room. So you want to head all the way to the right, go through the door with the checkered pattern. We're going to end up back into the room where we first started chapter 2. We want to go ahead and save our game now that we have the flower key, and we're going to backtrack to chapter 1. This door takes you to chapter 1, guys. Like I mentioned before, you can always go back to previous levels if you happen to miss anything. It's just kind of a hassle. This video guide shows you everything in order on how to get the achievements or the full completion as fast as possible. Right now, I'm just trying to make sure I get rid of the Chaos Servant. So technically, there's no need to go into this room that I went in. I'm just doing it because I'm trying to swerve the enemy. So the thing is I'm not too sure if he proceeded to the left or to the right. Luckily, I think he proceeded to the left. So we can go ahead and advance. We're going to go to this door, which is going to take us to the 1st floor. And we're going to pass the 1st door. And there is the Chaos Servant. We're going to try to dodge him real quick. Again, you can walk into a bathroom, a room, anything like that. He will follow you in there. So just make sure that you hide into a closet right away. And I went ahead and edited through my closet time, as I mentioned before, because I don't want this video to be filled with me hiding in a closet a bunch of times. So I had waited in that instance for him to come into the restroom and then leave the restroom. Alright, and there is that potion that I didn't pick up earlier. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up this time. Next, you want to go through this door, which takes you to the 2nd floor. And you're going to find this door. You can't miss it. It has a purple pattern on it. This is the 1st secret area. Right after you enter this room, you're going to end up in a little cutscene. I went ahead and edited out the cutscenes in effort to make this guide, quick and to the point. I do recommend, reading the dialogue and experiencing the cutscenes. It does include voice acting, so you don't necessarily need to read it yourself. If you're someone that does want to skip it, you can press start and go to skip cutscene. Now, as you can see, each area is basically like a little mini game. Luckily, you actually get a checkpoint before each of these secret areas. So if you do happen to die during this, secret mission, it's going to start you back at the beginning of this secret mission, not at the last cake that you saved at. So there is an enemy in this level. It's that lady with the blonde hair. You have to make sure that you dodge her. You can just, go into the closets. But basically, this 1st secret area is super simple. It just consists of going all the way to the left, going through that final door, and then going all the way to the right, and then going to that final door. So you're pretty much going all the way to the left, all the way to the right, into the doors until you finish this area. Meanwhile, making sure that you dodge the enemy which in this case is the lady with the black dress. I think I referred to her earlier as the lady with blonde hair, but I don't know why I said that because it appears she has black hair. I don't know if there's two enemies or why I thought she had blonde hair, but that's the enemy. Obviously, no blonde hair. Now, right now, I'm trying to get past her in the hallway, and it's pretty much impossible unless you can get her to get on the right-hand side of you, which I was able to do by running away, getting her to chase me, going into a closet, and then letting her pass that closet. Once she passed the closet, I was able to leave and proceed to the left. Once you get to that final door, that is going to end the first secret level. Every time you end one of these secret levels, you're going to get an upgrade opportunity. You just have to interact with that green orb right there. You can either upgrade your inventory, peak, or speed ability. I'm going to upgrade my speed ability. I also recommend saving your game after you use your upgrade. Now, it can be a little confusing, but right now we're actually in Florina's room, so we need to exit it to end up in the room where we were at before. So we're going to go to the left. We're going to go into the room that has the Roman numeral 3 on it, and then we're going to head over to the right-hand side, and we need to get out of Chapter 1 back into Chapter 2, because again, the only reason we backtracked was because we wanted to go into Florina's room, and unfortunately her room, or the door to her room, was located back in Chapter 1, but you had to get the key in Chapter 2. So one of those games that, makes you proceed through the game and then backtrack to a previous level to be able to, unlock it or experience a secret area. After you're done dodging the Chaos Servant, you want to go through this door, has the Roman numeral 2 on it, and then we need to proceed all the way to the left-hand side. And the last door is yellow. I think it has an MT on it, and we want to go through there. Once you go through there, we are going to save our game just to make sure that we do not backtrack at all. Now, you have 6 save slots right there, but if you press the arrow, it's like a right arrow, it actually gives you a whole other group of save slots. Now, once you go through the checkered door, you want to head over to the left-hand side. We are back in Chapter 2, but we have that blue key, so now we can finish up Chapter 2. So what we're going to do is go all the way to the left, guys. We're going to go into the last door. It's past the broom door that we went through before. There's a blue door all the way at the end. Now this is going to complete Chapter 2. You're going to get your achievement for doing so. Typically, these achievements do not pop at this screen. You have to press next before it triggers them. As I mentioned before, I'm going to skip through the cutscenes. However, I will show the achievements pop just so you know I got them. As you can see, I was the first person to unlock this achievement. Anyhow, on to Chapter 3. Chapter 3 does not have any secret areas. However, it is a maze, and it is single-handedly one of the main reasons that you probably want to look at a video guide, just because you could really get lost in this level. After you save it, go through the door with the square on it. Head all the way to the left and go through the door with a circle on it. After you go through the door with the circle, you're going to pick up the pink key. Go back through the door with the circle. Go back, head over to the right, and you're going to go to the door with a square on it. It's all the way on the right. You want to save your game now that you have the pink key. Now we have to find a couple colored keys in this level, and we're going to save it after each one in an effort to just make sure that we don't lose any time or backtrack at all. Go through the door with the X, and then go through the door with a star. It's on the right hand side. After that, you're going to find all of the colored doors. Just make sure that you dodge the demon version of yourself. I don't know. We'll just refer to that demon little girl as a chaos servant as well. Go through the pink door, and we're going to go through the square door. In here, you're going to find a arcane candle. Make sure you pick that up. Those are really useful for repelling the enemy. After you exit through the circle door, go through the star door. Head over to the right and go through the door with the question mark on it. Once you get here, you're going to find the red key. And next we want to go back and save our game. That way we don't lose this key. Go through the door with the exclamation point and then the star door. After you go through the star door, head over to the left, skip the circle door, and go through the pink door. Then you want to head over to the left, go through the red door. You want to head over to the right, skip the circle door, and go through the door with the X. and in here you'll find the purple key. We skipped saving it just because the purple key is kind of easy. Once you exit that door, you want to go through the red door and head over to the left. You're going to go through the door with the exclamation point on it. Once you get here, you want to head over to the left. Sorry, I kind of headed right for a second, but you want to go left through the door with the X. And then you want to go to the right and head through the door with the square and save your game now that we found 2 more keys. After you save your game, we're going to go through the door with the square on it and then through the door with a X on it. Once you get in here, you're going to go through the door with the exclamation point, head over to the right, and you may need to dodge the enemy once again. You can do this by going in through the exclamation and then on the star door. The star door teleports you to the other side of this room. So there's 2 doors that go to the colored hallway, I call it. Red door, square door will take you here. Then you want to go all the way to the right, go through the exclamation point door, and then in here you will find the purple door. We'll go through the purple door and head over to the right, go through the X door, and in here you will find a potion. It's always good to have extra potions. Head over to the right and go through the door with the triangle. Head over to the left and go through the door with a half moon. Go through here and you will find a blue key. We're going to take that blue key. You can exit through either door. I exited through the diamond door and then through the triangle door. This will take you back to the room with the purple door. Go through the purple door. Head over to the left and go through the door with the question mark. Head left, go through the door with the square. Head right, go through the door that is red. Once you're in the colored hallway, you want to head over to the right now that we have the blue key. Go through the blue door and then skip the star door. Go through the door that is like half a circle. Then you want to go through the door with the question mark, head over to the right, and go through the door with the exclamation point. Head over to the right, and we're going to find the door to exit Chapter 3. And just like that, we made it through Chapter 3 fairly quickly in about 4 minutes. Believe me, that is much easier than trying to do it yourself. I think I spent like an hour and a half on that level, guys. Once you complete it or get to the next cutscene, you're going to unlock the achievement for completing Chapter 3. Now, first things first, once you start Chapter 3, make sure that you save your game. Go through the door with a 1 on it. And in Chapter 4, basically what we're going to do is go in each of these rooms and press the symbols in order 1, 2, 3. So I went into the first door, I activated the symbols 1, 2, 3, I exited, and now I'm saving my game. That way I don't need to do that room over again. On to room number 2. So we're going to go into room number 2, and we're going to press these symbols in order. The first symbol is right here. The second symbol is on the right hand side of the door, and the third is on the left hand side of the door. After you activate those in order, we're going to exit and save our game once again. Now we have 2 of the rooms knocked out. It will not let you save your game if an enemy or chaos servant is nearby. If that is the case, you can simply walk into this door. It takes you back to Chapter 3. You can walk back in it, and it starts you back at Chapter 4, but with no enemies nearby. And now we can save our game. After you save your game, we're going to head over to the left, and we need to go to the third room. It's right here. And once again, you need to press the symbols in order. They're a little hard to see in this room, but number 1 is on the right hand side, number 2 is on the left hand side, and number 3 is in the center. After you activate those, you want to exit and once again save your game. I went ahead and cut through that footage just because you guys don't need to see me saving my game a bunch. We're going to head over to the left, go through that door, and we're going to save our game here. Next, we're going to skip this door. We'll be getting a key for this door later in the level. We're going to go into room number 4 and once again activate the symbols in order 1, 2, 3. You can see them by the way that I activate them. The third one is located right here behind this little plant. Again, make sure you watch out for the enemy. In Chapter 4, the enemy is your little brother. We want to go through door 5, head over to the left, and I'm going to hide in this closet right now just because he chased me in here. I'm going to wait until he leaves, and once I hear the door close, then you can leave the closet. Now the symbols go in this order: 1 on the left hand side, 2 on the right hand side, and 3 is center. Now I'm going to go ahead and use my potion just because my scars are starting to get bad, and those cause the hallucinations, which are really distracting from playing the game. After door 5, I'm going to go ahead and head all the way to the right, and you're going to find a door right there that takes you to all of the rooms. You find CLEA's room up there, Ed's room up there. Ed's room is actually the secret area for chapter 4. So I'll be showing you guys how to get into Ed's room, but first I want to save my game. So save your game. We're going to walk into this door right here, and we're going to walk all the way to the right, and you're going to find that the key lowered, the emblem key, because we pressed the 1, 2, 3 in each of those rooms. That's what lowers that key right there. So now that we have that key, I'm going to save it again. I know we save a lot, but again, I just don't want to backtrack at all. We're going to skip this door, and we needed that key that we just picked up to be able to go upstairs and see all of the rooms. Up there, I believe you have your room, Ed's room, and then the parents' room, which is the master bedroom. Now, real quick before we go up, you want to go into the 5th room, the room with the V on it, and there's a secret room located on the right here. You just have to go into that door, and you're going to find another key called the ribbon key. You want to exit. My brother actually walked through there. Ed, he almost got me. And you'll find that if you go through the door the same time as the enemy, sometimes you'll get lucky and they won't kill you. Go through the door with the W and save your game. Now this room with the teddy bear is Ed's room, however we do not have the key yet. The room with the purple ribbon is CLEA's room. We do have that key. And this room right here is the parents' room. Now Ed's key is located all the way to the left right there. It's located behind the pot with the plant in it. I picked up Ed's key, but before I go into his room, I'm going to go into CLEA's room, which is the purple door, head over to the left, and what we're going to do is go through this door right here. It takes you into the bathroom, and you want to pick up the sales key. That is the key for the double door that I showed you earlier. It's like a gray double door. It's not in this hallway, but anyway, next we're going to go into Ed's room, the one with the teddy bear. This is the 2nd secret area in the room. It's going to start a mini game or secret level where you play as Ed. After you exit CLEA's room with Ed, you want to go all the way to the right hand side, go through the door with the W, head to the left, and you're going to pass the bathroom. You're going to pass the door with the V on it. However, I heard the enemy, so I had to go in there real quick. Once in the bathroom, I peeked under the door to make sure that she passed the door. Once she passed the door, I was able to exit and proceed to the left. Now you want to go all the way to the left, and you want to go past the cells door, which we just got the key for, but I don't even think you can use the key while playing as Ed, but we'll be going there eventually. Go through the door all the way on the left, and then you're going to go through the door all the way on the right. But first, I heard the enemy again, so I had to go into door number 3 and hide in the closet real quick. Now, as you can see, I'm just walking at a regular pace. I'm not running or anything like that, just because, again, I don't want the enemy to notice me. However, she did see me walk into the room, so she followed me in there. Again, you want to make sure that either your TV or headphones are turned up all the way. That way you can hear when they close and open the door. So we're going to go ahead and exit door number 3, and we're going to proceed over to the right. Now, you want to go through door number 2. Door number 2 is going to have a potion in it. Once you pick up the potion, it's going to end the level, or at least Ed's secret level. And once that is over, you're going to pick up the arcane candle and exit Ed's room. Once you exit Ed's room, what we want to do is go over and save it. And then we need to head to the door that is called the cell. The cell's key is what we had just picked up right when we picked up Ed's key. And that is the double door. You'll see it once you get to the end of the hallway. So just go all the way to the left, and you're going to find it right here. As long as you picked up the key, you should be able to go in there. And that is going to finish up chapter 4. And as usual, you have to make sure that you press next because your achievement does not pop at that previous screen. It pops at the first cutscene in the next chapter. So completed chapter 4, we got that achievement. And as usual, once you start chapter 5, first thing you want to do, guys, is save your game. Now, this is the most important part of this whole video, guys. Remember this game save that you just saved and do not override it, because you're going to need to reload this save to take advantage of all 3 endings. So make sure that you remember the save slot that you just made. Go to the door all the way on the right. It has a half moon on it, and you want to walk through there. We're going to pick up the arcane candle, and after you pick up the arcane candle, I actually recommend using one in this hallway, just because you're going to be able to easily avoid the chaos servant. You're going to walk all the way to the left and press that switch, and we'll be able to go all the way back without getting attacked. Just be careful, because if he's right on the other side of the door, you will die. Just because your candle expires once you walk into the next room. I'd also used a potion to heal up my scars, just because the hallucinations on the screen started to bother me. Hopefully the enemy will pass and not turn around. Well, he passed for an instant and then he turned around. Alright, so this is just going to happen sometimes, guys. What we're going to have to do is get his attention. I'm going to go ahead and pick up this key first. It's the purple cells key. And it actually sounded like he ended up walking through a door. So I'm going to go ahead and go through this one. It is the star door. I'm going to use another arcane candle. It is totally up to you on when you want to use your arcane candles. It's basically just like an anxiety-free hallway once you activate it. So I activated mine just because I wanted to make it to the colored door easily. Once you go through the purple door, we are going to proceed past the square door over to the left. Now there's going to be the final secret area in this level. There's 3 secret areas total. We're going to go ahead and save our game once we get to this cake. But do not overwrite your last save, guys. The save that you made at the beginning of chapter 5, make sure you do not overwrite that save. After saving, we can go ahead and go through the door with the circle on it. We're going to need to eventually get that key that was behind that cage right there. You're going to go all the way to the left, press the switch, skip the red door for now, and we're going to go back to the door with the circle on it. Now, right now, we're going for the hardest ending, which is the good complete ending. To do this, you need to experience all 3 secret areas, and you need to walk to the right-hand side at the end. I'll explain more once we get to the endings. Now, in the purple room, you want to walk all the way right until you see a square. You're going to walk through the square door, and here, the last lever should have opened up this gate, and you should be able to grab the red cells key. So now we can head back over to the left, and we should be able to go through that red door. Again, you can save it now that you have that key. Just make sure that you don't overwrite that really important save at the beginning of chapter 5. Go through the circle door, head all the way to the left, and you should see the red cells door. Now we can go through there. Now that we have that red cells key, you're going to go over to the right. You can go ahead and skip the X door. And we're going to skip the closet. That is, unless you have an enemy nearby. And you want to skip the triangle as well and go through the diamond door. But first, I'm going to go ahead and pick up this arcane candle, because those are always useful. Once you're in the diamond red room, we are going to proceed to the left-hand side, past the cage, and you're going to go through the door with the exclamation point. Once you get in the exclamation point room, press the switch and leave the room. You're going to head back over to the right, making sure that you dodge the enemies, of course. Hop into a closet if you need to. We're going to go through the door with the diamond. Once you are in the diamond red room, we're going to go back, skip the triangle door, and you want to go to the first door that we ran into, which is the X door. Once you go through the X door, you're going to find that the gate opened in here, and it revealed our next key, which is the blue cells key. Once you have the blue cells key, we can go ahead and exit the X room, and we're going to go back a little bit to the right to the triangle room. It was the middle room that we skipped. First, I'm going to peek over to the right, make sure there's no enemies. It appears that we are good to go, so I'm going to go ahead and go through the triangle room. And once in the red triangle room, you are going to proceed to the left-hand side, and you should find the blue cells door. We just got the blue cells key, so we can go through there. Again, you want to pick up the arcane candle. Now, this is where the game ends, guys. However, we're not going to walk through that last door because, again, it will end the game, and we want to make sure that we find the last secret area. To do that, we need to press the switch all the way at the end, so make sure that you skip going through that double door, and you want to press this switch. After you press the switch, we need to head over to the left. I went ahead and activated my arcane candle. Just have a safe walk back. And there we go. Because again, you can hear the Chaos Servant or the enemies if you have your TV turned up loud enough. So I heard him, that's why I activated it. Because again, I'm at the end of the game and I just want to, have a peaceful walk to the door. Once you get in here, it's going to be red again. That's because you are in the red area or red room. We're going to go through the triangle door, head over to the left, and basically that last switch that we pressed revealed the key for the master bedroom. And we're going to take that master bedroom key back to, of course, the master bedroom door so that we can find the secret area, which is our parents' room. Once you go through that red door, you're going to find the master bedroom key right here. Once you pick up the key, we are going to have to backtrack a little bit, guys. So go through the circle door, go ahead and save your game. Make sure not to save over your most important save that you started at the beginning of chapter 1. After you save it, we can go all the way to the right. You can skip the square door and go through the purple door. Once you go through the purple door, you're going to head over to the right-hand side. Believe you need to head all the way to the end, all the way to the star door. Once you go through the star door, you can save your game. However, I'm going to go ahead and skip that save for now. Go left and go through the double cell door. And here is the hallway with all of the rooms on it, or the rooms in it, I believe. Or actually, it's at the end, guys. You got to walk all the way to the end of this room. There's going to be a door that shows going upstairs with a W. This is the hallway with all of the rooms. Your brother's room, your room, and your parents' room. The master bedroom is the one with the crown on it. We can now enter this area because we have the key. This is the third secret area in the game. I'm going to go ahead and press start and skip the cutscene. And here you have to eat all of the Chaos Servants. I think there's 4 of them total, 1 on each floor. You can only eat them if you approach them from behind. If you try to attack them from the front, typically they will eat you first. I have done it. I think they just can't be running at you. Like right there, he was standing still but facing me. I was able to eat him. So just make sure they don't start running at you. Otherwise, they will eat you. Luckily, again, their checkpoints don't matter in these secret areas. If you happen to die, it will start you at the beginning of the secret level, not at your last save point. So just make sure that you get through each floor eating one of the Chaos Servants, and by the time you get to the 4th floor and you eat or defeat your last Chaos Servant, this third secret area or third secret level will end. Now, as you've seen, he started chasing me, so I went through the door because, again, if he's chasing you, he will defeat you first. So I want him to turn around. After he turned around, I went back through the door, and now I can sneak up from behind, and I will be able to defeat him easier, and I will complete the secret level. Now, this is the third secret area, guys. After this, we can go ahead and complete the game. Once you complete the game, you can get one of 2 endings. If you walk left, you get the suicide ending, which is the bad ending, and if you walk right, you get the good ending. However, there are 2 good endings. There's the regular good ending and the complete good ending. We're doing the complete good ending. Once you exit the master bedroom, you want to walk all the way over to the right and save your game. Just make sure that you do not overwrite the important save file at the beginning of chapter 1. Go through the door with the W, head over to the left, and what we need to do is we're going to go back to that blue hallway, guys, with that door that I told you not to enter through to exit the game. We need to go through that door now to finish chapter 5, and we'll be able to choose our destiny in chapter 6. So walk through the double cell door. You can save it again if you want. Again, just make sure that you don't overwrite your most important save. Next, you want to make sure you walk through the star door and then walk all the way to the left, and you're going to find the purple cell door. Walk through the purple cell door, and then next we are going to proceed to the left. You want to skip the square door and go all the way down. You're going to pass the caged chaos servant. I recommend saving it here just so you don't backtrack. Again, just make sure that you don't overwrite that really important save at the beginning of chapter 5. Go through the circle door, proceed to the left, and all the way on the left we're going to find the red cell door. We can go through there because we have the key. Once you get into your first red hallway, we're going to proceed to the right past the X door, and then past the cell, past the closet. You're going to find the last door has a triangle on it. Walk through that one. The chaos servant is actually chasing me right now. I'm going to pass the closet, proceed left, and you're going to find the blue cell door. Now this hallway takes you to the end of the game. You just need to make sure that you walk through the door at the end. It's the double cell door. Once you walk through here, it's going to complete chapter 5. Shortly after, you will be unlocking your achievement for completing chapter 5. You just have to press next and it will pop in the next cutscene, worth 50 gamer score. Now in this room, we're going to find the mansion key, and we can use this to open the golden double doors that we seen earlier in the game. After the cutscene, just make sure that you pick up this key, and pretty much chapter 6 just involves backtracking enough to get to that door using the key, and then the game will end and we'll have an opportunity to choose which ending we want. So first things first, make sure that you pick up the key. It's the courtyard key. And then after that, I don't think there's anything else in this room besides a cake. You can go ahead and save your game here if you want. Just make sure that you do not overwrite that really important game save at the beginning of chapter 5. After you exit the double door, you're going to end up back in the blue hallway. So just proceed to the left. You can go ahead and just run all the way to the left. There's going to be the blue cell door. We're going to exit the blue door, and now we are going to proceed to the right. Again, we're just backtracking to previous in the game. You have to make sure that you watch out for the enemies, of course. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys can imagine how confusing this would be without a video guide. My Xbox shows that I played the game for 5.5 hours, so for about a 1.5 hour completion, it took me about 5.5 hours to figure it all out and have enough good footage to make this guide for you guys. Once you get through the circle door, save your game. Go through the square door, head to the right, go through the purple door. Once you're in the purple hallway, you want to head over to the right, go through the star door, and next you want to head over to the left. There's another cake if you want to save it. However, you can just exit out the double cell door. We're going to end up in the room or the hallway with all of the rooms in it, and we're going to save your game if you want, exit out of that door on the left, go all the way to the right. You're going to skip room 3, 2, and 1. There's another cake. You're going to go through this door. This is going to take you back to the maze, our lovely maze. Luckily, I can help you get through here fast. Go through the star door, go to the right, go through the blue door. Now, you can either go left or right depending on where your enemy is at. I went to the left and I went through the exclamation point door. Next, I went to the left and went through the X door. And then to the right, a couple of the doors are going to get closed off now that you've already, got to the end of the game. Go through the square door, save your game now that we made it through the maze. Just don't overwrite your really important save. Go through the blue door, and once you're in here, this is the hallway where the golden double doors are located. So simply proceed to the right hand side until you see the golden double doors. Here you can use the key, and now we have completed chapter 6 nice and easy in just about 4 minutes, a little under. Now that we have completed the game, you're going to be able to choose which ending you want. First things first, your achievement's going to pop for completing chapter 6. That's worth 50 gamer score. Now you're going to end up in a conversation with the demon version of yourself, and basically you're going to have an option to either choose the bad ending by walking left or one of the 2 good endings by walking right. Now, because we found all 3 secret areas, if we walk over to the right, we are going to experience the good complete ending. So walk over to the right and we're going to get the hardest ending. Again, this one is for choosing the good ending. Not only that, but getting the complete ending for experiencing all 3 secret areas. That one's worth 200 gamer score, and it looks like the total time it took me was about 54 minutes on a S ranking. So now what we want to do is go to continue and load your latest save. So that's the last time that you saved at a cake. Mine was right here before I went through that blue door. Yours should be the same. So go through the blue door, head over to the right. You're going to go to the golden double doors once again, but this time we're going to choose the bad ending. To choose the bad ending, you need to walk to the left rather than the right, and you're going to get the suicide ending. Pretty sad that, we have to kill ourselves to get achievements, but we have to do a lot of messed up things to get achievements, like play crappy games and, you know what it is to be an achievement hunter. Anyways, that is the bad ending, worth 150 gamer score. So now we only have one more achievement related to the story mode or main game, and that is for getting the regular good ending. So now you want to load up that really important save at the beginning of chapter 5, guys. This is before we went to mom and dad's room and we experienced the 3rd secret area. So what we're going to do is simply end the game without going to mom and dad's room, and we can choose the regular good ending. So go through the red door, proceed over to the right, and you're going to go all the way to the end and go through the triangle door. Next, you want to go all the way to the left, and you're going to go to the door all the way, and it is a blue door for the blue cells. Next, you want to walk all the way to the end of the hallway, and we'll simply be able to go through the door and end the level. Because again, we didn't press the switch and go get that master bedroom key. Now that we have completed chapter 5 without finding the secret area, we can go ahead and skip the cutscene, and now all we have to do is take the courtyard key all the way back to the golden double doors. So we do have to do that backtracking again, but that's about it, guys. And trust me, that's way better than having to complete the game 3 separate times. So good that we can take advantage of the save mechanics. After you exit through the double cell door, we are going to head over to the left. This is the blue hallway. You want to go all the way to the end, and you're going to find a blue door at the end. Of course, just make sure that you dodge the enemies / chaos servants. Once you go through the blue door, we are going to proceed to the right hand side. I have Arcane Candle. I'm going to go ahead and use that just because I thought I heard the Chaos Servant. Oh, there she goes. And now I'm going to go ahead and go through that triangle door, head all the way to the left. We're going to go past the X door and through the red door. Once you go through the red door, we're going to head over to the right hand side, and we are going to go through the circle door. Once you're through the circle door, you can save your game. However, I went ahead and skipped it. Walk all the way to the right past the square door and go through the purple door. Once you go through the purple door, head over to the right hand side of this hallway, and you're going to find a star door at the end. Once you go through the star door, now I finally saved my game, and we're going to go through the double cell door. Once you go through the double cell door, you can head over to the left. There's another cake. However, I literally just saved my game, so I'm going to skip that cake for now. Head all the way over to the right hand side of this hallway past rooms 3, 2, and 1. You're going to find the maze door at the end. It's a yellow door. Once you get in here, you're going to be in the maze once again. Go left and go through the door with the exclamation point. Head right past the star door and go through the blue door. Once you go through the blue door, you can head left. We're in the hallway with all of the colored doors. Go through the exclamation point door and head to the left and go through the X door. Once you go through the X door, head over to the right and go through the square door. Once you're in here, this is the beginning of the maze. You can save it. However, we're really close to the end, so I just went through the blue door. run over to the right, and you're going to find the golden double doors, which is going to complete chapter 6, and we're going to be able to choose the regular good ending. And finally, we did it, guys. Just make sure that you walk to the right-hand side. You're going to get the regular good ending. It's going to unlock your achievement worth 150 gamer score called Trapped. Besides that, guys, you are going to have 4 miscellaneous achievements left. 1 for speedrunning Chapter 1, 1 for playing on Chaos difficulty in Chapter 1, 1 for completing arcade mode and getting all 3 medals in Chapter 1. I did make other video guides related to those 4 miscellaneous achievements, so feel free to use those if you need to. Other than that, guys, I want to say a lot of work went into this video. I went and edited through about 5 hours of footage. On top of that, I included over 55 minutes worth of commentary on this guide. So if you guys really appreciate, longer videos like this, I really appreciate if you leave a comment below letting me know. Other than that, guys, I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of my Patreon subscribers. We just hit 12 patrons. I'd like to give a special shout out to everybody in the biggest fan club, including TimG84, AOJ, The Gaspless, Purple Rain 6, and Blackbird. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.